The advanced DV cameras at the university all shoot on mini DV tape. We have these for sale in the loan counter and the vending machine here. Once you've shot your footage, the tapes feature a small protective slide on the bottom. Moving this across to the save position will stop cameras from recording over the footage. I will leave this unprotected as we're going to insert the tape for recording. On the top right-hand side of the camera, you'll find the eject switch. To release the cassette compartment, we slide this in the direction of the arrow. Most quality DV tapes have a downward arrow which shows us which way the tape is to be inserted. With this arrow facing down into the cassette compartment, we lightly insert the tape, then softly close the silver cassette compartment. To protect the camera innards, we then close the cassette lid, pushing on the push button on the outside. With the PD-170 in camera mode, we see the blinking tape icon disappear as the tape is inserted. We also see green text appear indicating that the camera is standing by and ready to record. Before you record, you must select an appropriate recording format in the menu. Entering the Tape Set menu gives us access to the recording format. The PD-170 will record in DV-SP or DV-Cam mode. In DV-Cam mode, the camera spools the tape at a faster speed, so a 60-minute DV tape that records 60 minutes in DV mode will only last for 40 minutes of material in DV-Cam mode. As DV-Cam gives a shorter recording time compared to DV mode, why bother? DV-Cam is more robust, reliable, gives improved error correction, and on the PD-170 it also allows you to have full control over timecode settings. Use DV-Cam wherever possible. You should always record on the best quality available. We also want to set the aspect ratio correctly for the PD-170, which we find in the Camera Set menu. As we turn on 16:9 wide, we see the video bounded by black bars at the top and bottom, showing us that we've entered a widescreen mode. Nowadays it is rare for new programs, or even internet video, to be commissioned in for free, so it's best to go with widescreen. Make sure you check this prior to recording, or you'll end up with pillowboxing around the footage, or large chunks cropped out when you come to edit. Now that we're ready to record, I'll point out where the record buttons are. At the rear of the camera, in the centre of the power switch, we find our main record button. There is also a record button on top of the camera handle that is useful for handheld shoots. If we press either of these, we see the rear record light illuminate, and the front recording light. In the viewfinder, the green standby text now turns to red text that lets you know that we are recording. In the top right-hand corner, you'll notice numbers counting steadily upwards. This is called timecode. Timecode is like a map of your recorded footage and will be incredibly useful when it comes to ingesting the tape digitally. Reading from right to left, timecode tells you where you are in frames, seconds, minutes, and hours. This way, you can easily point your editing software to exactly the chunk you want to capture. By default, timecode is set to rec run, which means whenever the camera is recording, it stripes this useful information to tape. So your first shot may have timecode that lasts from 0 to 1 minute. And the next shot recorded on the tape will continue on from there, despite the pause in shooting necessary to frame up. Footage will capture seamlessly as you edit, provided there is no break in timecode. If, however, you rewind your footage to screen it, and then continue on from a few seconds later, you will have created a timecode break, and your edit station will report dropped frames in an error message. To avoid this, you shouldn't review your footage as you shoot. In the real world, this is easier to understand. Professional directors and their crew are sat behind monitors, constantly assessing the quality of the video and the performance, which is a skill that you will develop with practice. If you are unhappy with the technical or performance aspect, take the shot again. The other problem with rewinding your tape to screen it in VCR mode is that one day you will forget to fast forward and may well record over that crucial interview. A difficult lesson to learn. If, however, you do watch back your footage, you must learn where End Search is. End Search is located next to the playback controls under the carry handle, and if pressed, the camera will then locate the last frame recorded and park, ready to record.